Now let's have a look at the concept design of this bracket. Now here, this is the input. So there is a pipe in the middle and there is a path. The cyan color part is having 4 mounting holes. So the idea over here is to create a bracket which will be welded to the pipe and which will be bolted to the cyan color member, which is having 4 holes as shown at an angle. So we have to design a bracket which is having the connection with the pipe such that it will be welded, and which is having a mating phase which is aligning with these mating phase, this one and this one, so that the part can be bolted to that bracket. So the first step is to create a reference plane on which we need to sketch. We need to start sketching the surface. So for that, we will create a plane in the geometrical set. So right click on the geometrical set, define in work object, select reference elements. Under that, select the plane. Let's create an arbitrary plane from this surface of the tube to, let's say, an offset of minus 70 mm. So this should be parametric. You can change that. So we'll give it a value of 70 mm, and this is the plane. Now on this plane we will sketch. So start sketching on this plane. Now we'll see the sectional view and start from this point, from the center point. You can go straight, then like this. This go straight and connect to the starting point. So we created this geometry by selecting the profile command over here in Sketcher. So starting from here, we made a horizontal line, then created the lines one by one by just clicking. And this constraint, which is parallelism between this line and this line, was automatically created. Also this constraint of horizontal and this constraint of horizontal and fixed point over here has been created. So now we need to add more constraints. One more constraint to add is this line has to be parallel with this reference line on the component to which it is being assembled to. So this line, control select both of these lines, go to constraints and give a parallelism constraint. Press OK. This line has to be perpendicular to this, so select both of them, control select perpendicularity. And this line has to be perpendicular to this, so give perpendicularity again. Next, we need to add more constraints to this sketch. So go to the dimension over here, select this dimension option, select this line and give a distance of 3 mm. Then select these two parallel lines and give a value of 42 to make it smaller. Make this line vertical and give this dimension. Let's keep it at 45. So this can move along this direction up and down. So for that we need to constrain it. So this line with respect to this point needs to have a distance of, let's say, 7 mm. So now the full sketch has been constrained. It's fully green, which means that it's fully constrained. Now the next step is to create a plane such that we can symmetry this surface on the other side. So for that we need to have a plane which is located at the center at the midpoint of the line connecting the centers of this hole and this hole. So for that we can use the wireframe commands. So let's create 2 points. So select a point definition. It should be circle. This is the circle. We create a point, then create another point, select circle as a definition, select this point, then again select the point definition. Now we will go to the drop down and select between. So it will create a point between 2 points. So the first point is this, the second point is this, and then the ratio is 0.5. We want a midpoint, so press OK. So this is the point which is the midpoint between the two axes. So now we will create a plane which is lying on this point and which is parallel to this plane on which we sketched. So go to plane, go to parallel through point, select parallel through point option, not offset from plane, parallel through point. Parallel through point, reference is this plane and point is this. So this is the plane with which we will symmetry, and press OK. And then go to the symmetry option under operations. Under operations, there is the symmetry option. This is symmetry. Select symmetry. And this is the element which has to be symmetried. Reference is this. And press OK. Now the next step is to create a blend between this line, these two lines, 1 and 2, and the corresponding the two lines on the other side, which are symmetry. So for that, we need to create a boundary. So let's hide this sketch and let's go to the boundary option. Now that boundary option is in operations. So in operations, in the third list, that is an option for boundary. So select boundary and select this. So it will select the complete boundary. So we need to define which portion of the boundary we require for blend. So we need to select this point. This is one limit, and we need to define another limit over here. So these are the two limit points, and the direction has been reversed. So we need to reverse the direction. So we need to click on this arrow. It will reverse the direction, and this will give us this boundary, which will be used for blend. Press OK. Same thing, do it on the other side. Select boundary, select this. Rotate on the other side, select this edge or this point and select this point. Now the direction is right. So we have selected the boundary which we want to blend, and then press OK. So these are the two boundaries which we can blend now. Go to the blend option in the surfaces. Last option is blend. Select one boundary and select the second boundary and press OK. So now we have a blend. So now the next step is to create a cutout, and create a cutout over here at this edge so that we can create a bend of the sheet metal. So for that we need to sketch on this face. So this face, so let us hide this body. So we need to sketch on this face. For that we need to create a plane, or we need to directly sketch on that surface. So go to select sketch, select that surface. Okay, it is not getting selected because it's a blend. So we can create a plane there by selecting plane from wireframe. Select plane from wireframe. Select through two lines, this line and this line. So using the two lines, you can create the plane and press OK. Go to sketch, select the plane and do the normal view so that we'll get to know where we are sketching on this face. We'll create a L-shaped sketch, vertical and horizontal line, and we will give a dimension of this line, horizontal line, from this edge as 7, and we will give this line from this edge as 7 and press OK. Now the next step is to create an extrude from this. So we will create an extrude. So extrude is in surfaces. That's the first option. So the first option under this is extrude. Select this sketch and extrude it all the way through. So this is extrude and press OK. Now the next step is to trim. Before that, we need to create a symmetry of this extruded surface. So go to symmetry, select this surface, select the reference as the center plane, symmetry, and now go to the split option under operations. Under operations, this split option has to be selected. Select split. The surface to be split is this blend which was created. That is the element to be cut. And the cutting elements are these two, 1 and 2. So these two are the cutting elements, and press OK. Now let's hide these two surfaces, the extrude surface and the symmetry of that extrude. And let's sketch over here. So let's make lines, two lines like this. They need to be perpendicular to each other. So control select both of them and give the perpendicularity constraint. And this line has to be parallel to this. So again, go to constraints, make it parallel, drag it up, and we need to give the constraints, the dimensions. From this edge it should be 7, and from this edge it should be 7. So come out of the sketch. Now we are going to extrude this through and through. Extrude this sketch and press OK. Then go to the split command, select this face, this surface, and use this extruded surface for cutting. Similarly, select the face on the other side and use the extruded surface for cutting, and press OK. So this tool surface can be hidden now. So right click and hide. Now we need to create a plane so that we can create a surface which is basically the mating surface to the body, that is the sand color body. So we need to make this surface the mating surface. So let's hide the body. And now we'll make, so let's hide these sketches so that it's easy to visualize, and hide this boundary as well. Hide and hide. Let's hide this plane also, and these points. So now we will make a plane. So go to plane in wireframe and just select this line, make normal to curve, make normal to curve plane, normal to this line, and this point has to be over here at the end point. So this is the plane on which we will be sketching. Select the plane, start the sketch, and click on this line and project it. Project the line. Now start sketching the profile. Go down, go horizontal, and go down vertically, go horizontal. Just make sure that you are working perpendicular to the sketch plane, so it will be easier to visualize. Vertical, horizontal. Just make the lines horizontal and vertical. Horizontal. This should be vertical. Right click, vertical. This distance, okay, escape. This dimension of this line from the projected line has to be 7 mm. Similarly over here, this dimension has to be 7 mm. And this line from this edge has to be 11 mm. So that's the edge of the surface, the side surface, side wall. Similarly over here, this line has to be at 11 mm. And this line, bottom line, has to coincide with this point, or these 2 points, this point and this point, bottom point. So select this line and control select this point, go to constraints, coincidence, press OK. So fully constrained sketch, come out. Next we need to fill this. So go to fill, select the closed profile, close contour, and press OK. So now we have the base surface for the bracket. Now all we need to do is join all of these surfaces, give the edge fillets, and create a symmetrical portion on the other side. So now we will have to join all of these surfaces. For that, we need to select all of the shown surfaces. So this fill which we recently made, this split 1, 2, and 3. So this constitutes all of the surfaces, and select join and press OK. Go to edge fillet, give this fillet first, let's give it a 20. Then we will give this as 6, fillet is 6, and also this one as 6. And now we will just symmetry this edge fillet. So go to symmetry, under operations, go to symmetry. So the element which has to go for symmetry is this one, which is this whole surface, and the reference has to be one of these planes, because the coordinate system is located at the center of the pipe. So this plane is the symmetry plane. So using this plane, we will create the symmetry and press OK. Next, join these two surfaces, edge fillet 3 and symmetry 3, these two other surfaces which were created. Join them using the join command and press OK. So this is one complete surface. Now we need to give a thicken command. Before that, we need to trim this with respect to the outer surface. So select extract from the operations, extract this surface of the pipe and press OK, and go to split, select the element to be cut, select the cutting element, which is the outer surface of the pipe, and the inside portion will be cut. So press OK. So hide the extract surface, and now we can just give the thickness to this surface. So go to start. Before that, let's insert a body. So this is the body in which we are going to thicken. Go to start, go to mechanical design, go to part design, go to thicken, thick surface. Select this, select outside and give a thickness of 3. So this is the thickened body. Hide the geometrical set and bring in the interface part. So as you can see, the bracket is sitting nicely. It is mating with the two mating faces, and also it is having a good connection with the pipe. So it will be welded over here throughout for a rigid connection, and it will be bolted over here. So this is a combination of a form and bend bracket. So it is having a form here because of these two fillets as it is like this, and it is also having the bending area which is over here. So it is a combination of both which gives it its functionality to be welded over here as well as being bolted over here for this kind of a geometry. So here there is a very less clearance between the fillet and this edge. It can be increased for better bendability and formability, but this is just a reference design to show the design process. Since the design is fully parametric, we can change the fillet radii, or we can increase those values which we had entered for the cutouts, 7 mm, 8 mm, 9 mm. We can go on increasing that to increase that clearance and have a better bendability of this bracket. Next, we need to create the holes, the mounting holes over here by using the pocket command, and we need to just give the fillets to all the sharp edges. So let's start creating the holes by sketching over here on this plane. Sketch on this plane and just use the holes, the existing holes, to project that. So use this, control select these holes and just project it onto the plane. Using the project command, and then go to pocket and pocket it out. Same thing on the other side. Then we can increase the size of the holes. So instead of just giving the same size, we can increase the size for the clearance hole. Then there is the edge fillet. Edge fillet. Over here, over here. Over here. And here let's give a fillet of 10 mm. Okay, you can give it at 8 mm. We'll do the same thing for the other side as well. Press OK. So all of these fillets are in this body, which we have created as a bracket. Define in work object and give more fillets over here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Select all of them, give a fillet of, let's say, 50 to make it smooth. And you can do the same thing on this side as well by giving the projection and then making the holes.